In this installment, we're going to be going over the NFL bets for Week 5, the late games. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our Week 5 NFL late games we got going on. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me at Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetChefD. Don't forget about the TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 8.46 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we are well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment because that helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience. And if you guys want to sign up for winning plays, remember, Patreon link is provided down below in the description. You'll get access to daily bets, future bets, and get access to this group chat that you see right here that's going off 24/7. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. First up in the late games, we're going to be in Denver in Power Field at Mile High. Denver Broncos 2-2. Going against the Las Vegas Raiders 2-2 here. AFC West in division battle. All right, looking at the odds here, Broncos minus 150 on the money line with the comeback of the Raiders at a plus 125. Point spread set at 3. Current total points 35.5. All right, for the public bet percentage here, 67% of the bets, 64% of the money all over the home team in the Broncos. And for the point spread, we have 65% of the bets coming in on the Raiders plus 3, but the sharps here, the sharps are on the Denver Broncos, 61% of the money coming in on the minus 3 of Broncos to cover. All right, total points, 87% of the bets, 71% of the money towards the over of 35.5. For this injury report here, we're going to be looking at the Denver Broncos first. They're only going to be missing Tyler Beatty, their third string running back. So it's going to be Jaleel McLaughlin and Javonte Williams that are going to be toting the rock for the Broncos. For the Raiders, this team has a couple injuries here. Some guys that were out last week are going to be out this week. Positive news, Max Crosby looks like he's going to be able to go with a limited practice on Friday. Thayer Munford, tackle, out. DeCamerion Richardson, out, cornerback. Michael Mayer, backup tight end, out. Devontae Adams is going to be out, obviously. He's waiting to get traded here. Trey Taylor, safety, out. Zamir White, who's been a real non-factor at the running back position, is out. And Luke Masterson, linebacker, is going to be out. So they got a lot of guys out here for the Las Vegas Raiders. But the funny thing about this one here, and you would have never thought that this was even a factor, is that the Raiders have absolutely owned the Denver Broncos. Owned. We understand how bad the Raiders been the past 5 years. Guess what? The Raiders are 9-1 against the Broncos in the last 10 games. These are the stats that you need to know. It's very similar to earlier, a couple weeks ago, when the San Francisco 49ers went to face the Vikings in Minnesota. They haven't beaten the Vikings in 30 years in Minnesota. All right? When you find these key stats, it means a lot, and that can definitely set you apart and be contrarian, because when you're looking at the odds, everyone is just gung-ho on the Denver Broncos here because they had 2 big wins here. I get it. They beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road, and they beat the New York Jets on the road as well. Now they're coming home against the Raiders. Let's hop on the Denver Broncos. But what you're missing here is the quarterback play. There's a huge discrepancy, okay? I am not relying my hard-earned money on Bo Nix, all right? That game against the Jets was absolutely atrocious. Even the game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Can he throw 100 yards? I don't think so. He's getting by with this defense, but this Las Vegas Raiders defense is just as good as well. All right. And they have at least a competent quarterback that can get it to playmakers. We're talking about Brock Bowers. We're talking about Trey Tucker. We're talking about Jacoby Myers. They still have Alexander Madison at the running back position. There are factors here that can create touchdowns here for this offense in the Las Vegas Raiders. They're still figuring out what to even do on the offense. They have no identity on the offense for this Denver Broncos team. I'm taking the Raiders here like we took them last week. It was a phenomenal play. We're getting value on the Las Vegas Raiders yet again. All right. This is the team to take this season. We took the Raiders against the Ravens. We took the Raiders last week. We're going to take the Raiders yet again here. Give me a full sweep. Raiders on the money line. Raiders +3, and give me the under on the 35.5. I do not trust the Broncos offense, so we're going to be relying on the Raiders here to put up some points, and I think that under hits at under 35.5. In the Levi Stadium, we have the San Francisco 49ers 2-2 going against the Arizona Cardinals 1-3. NFC West battle, another in-division matchup here. San Francisco 49ers home favorites -350 with the comeback of the Cardinals at a +280. Point spread set at 7. Total points set at 49. For the public bet percentage here, 100% of the bets. Wow. 100% of the bets, 92% of the money, all over the San Francisco 49ers here to get this win. For the point spread, it's a little bit more split here. 57% of the bets, but 52% of the money here. The sharps are on the Arizona Cardinals to keep this in-division game close. All right. And for the total point, 75% of the bets, 69% of the money towards the over 49. All right. Looking at the injury report for these two teams, we have some outs here for the Cardinals. Isaiah Adams, offensive lineman, he's out. And Garrett Williams, cornerback, he's going to be out as well. We're waiting on news about Trey McBride. He's trending towards playing in this game because he had 2 full practices on Thursday and Friday. All right. For the 49ers, they're getting majority of their guys back healthy. So they should be fine with the weapons department, with Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and Brandon Ayuk. They're all going to be fine. That's going to be very key for Brock Purdy. All right. For the 49ers outs, D lineman Yatur Gross-Matos, he's going to be out. Demetrius Flanagan Fowles, he's going to be out. And that's it. A couple of Q tags, but these guys are trending towards playing. All right. Doubtful for Chris Conley, backup wide receiver as well. So when we're breaking down this in-division matchup here, I do expect the 49ers to win this game ultimately. If we're looking at a little bit of past history between these two teams, obviously the 49ers are the better team. 49ers have the better defense. Arizona is still struggling in the offensive department. They haven't got clicking yet. That might take a little bit of time, but there's definitely a lot of upside in this offense with Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. All right. But the factor here is 49ers at home. They've dominated the Cardinals in the last past 5 games. They are 4-1 in the last past 5 games. A lot of blowouts here, but majority of these games are going over 49. All right, or right at that number. So 29-45, 35-16, 38-13, 38-10. That's 48 right there. So everything is right around that number. All right, so I'm going to be going with the over in this game of total points, like the over on 49. I think there's going to be a back and forth high scoring environment, but I ultimately think the best value on the board, with you got 90% of the money and 100% of the bets all over the 49ers. The safest play is Cardinals +7. All right, we're not over here just slapping -350 money lines on parlays here or one-offs and expecting it to come through. This is an in-division matchup. Anything is expected, and I do think the Cardinals are in a position to keep this game close. All right, especially what they've been going through the past 2 weeks against Detroit and Washington. 2 subpar games that they showed up for the Detroit game. The Washington game was just, this is a response. Okay, in-division matchup. Could be looking ahead. That was probably that situation with the Washington Commanders. We're going to be going with the Cardinals here. All right, so Cardinals best value at +7. I do think the 49ers will get the win, and we're going with the over on 49. In the SoFi Stadium, we have the LA Rams 1-3 going against the Green Bay Packers 2-2. Looking at the current odds here, we have Packers as road favorites -165 on the money line, with the comeback of the Rams at a +140. Total points, point spread at 3. Total points at 49. So another large total here. Full game public bet percentage here: 82% of the bets, 73% of the money, all over the Green Bay Packers here on the road. For the point spread, 53% of the bets, 60% of the money, though, are on the LA Rams to cover the 3 as home underdogs. Total points, 74% of the bets, 81% of the money towards the over 49 total points. Looking at the current injury report right now, we understand the LA Rams are without 2 of their major wide receivers. Puka Nacua is still out, and Cooper Kupp is going to be out as well. Laura Murchison, D tackle, will be out for the LA Rams as well. All right, so with those wide receivers out, they're going to be leaning on some other guys here. Jordan Whittington, who's on the thumbnail, who was phenomenal during the preseason. We'll see if he's able to step up here in the stead of Cooper Kupp. It's going to be interesting to see, because really with Matthew Stafford, it doesn't matter what wide receiver he has. He is that talented, all right? So Green Bay Packers here, the guys that are missing, we got Jair Alexander, questionable. He's going to most likely play. Romeo Doubs is going to be out. He has been skipping practice because he is not happy with his role in the offense. All right, so it's not even a major loss. Romeo Doubs is just your blue collar wide receiver that does everything okay. All right, he's that guy. All right, just a safe wide receiver. The talent in the wide receiver pool for the Green Bay Packers is absolutely insane. They won't miss him. I'm telling you that right now. They will not miss him. Christian Watson, they could miss, but still, the wide receiver core that they have with the Green Bay Packers, we'll talk about it in a second, is very, very good. All right, so Christian Watson is going to be out as well. Romeo Doubs, like I said, he's out and suspended. Devontae Wyatt, D tackle, is out. All right, so for the Green Bay Packers here, we got 2 teams that are missing wide receivers. The thing is, the Packers wide receivers are better. All right, Datavia Wicks is absolutely phenomenal. They still got Jaden Reed for the Packers, and I'm telling you right now, he's a deep sleeper. Bo Melton, remember that name? I'm telling you right now, Bo Melton is a deep sleeper at wide receiver, super explosive from Rutgers. He's a special wide receiver. He's very special. All right, so watch out for him. He seems to impact the game every time he gets the opportunity. So watch out for him in this game here between the Packers and the Rams. This game should be high scoring. We're looking at 2 teams that struggle against opposing wide receivers. Green Bay Packers are 25th overall and 25th in the red zone. And the Rams are even worse, 26th overall and 21st in the red zone. So I love the quarterbacks in both of these games here. Love Jordan Love here coming back. He came on strong in the second half of that game against the Minnesota Vikings. He's facing a much easier defense here. That's why I really like the Packers in this one. And I think it's a full, complete sweep, but I don't think it's a blowout. But I also don't think the Rams covered at 3. So for this particular game here, I love the over on 49. Tons of points in this game. So Packers on the money line. We're going to play it safe there. I do think the Packers win by more than 3 points. And we are going to take the over on the 49 total. But this is going to be a very entertaining, high-scoring affair between the Packers and the Rams. In Lumen Field, Seattle Seahawks 3-1, going against the New York Giants 1-3. Looking at the current odds for this particular game here, we have the Seattle Seahawks -350 on the money line with the comeback of the Giants at a +275. Point spread set at 7, so a big point spread here, 7 points. Total points here, 42.5 on the total. All right, public bet percentage here, 78% of the bets, 75% of the money on the Seahawks. For the point spread, 59% of the bets, and we have 85% of the money on the Seattle Seahawks. People are just smashing the -7 here on the point spread. I'm not going to say blindly, but they're going very heavily. Sharps all over the Seahawks with the cover at home. All right, 85% for the total points, 85% of the bets, 90% of the money towards the over 42.5. Injury report. All right, significant injuries here for the New York Giants. Obviously, we should already know about Malik Neighbors, all right, who looks like to be the rookie of the year. Him and Jaden Daniels have looked phenomenal this season. He will be out in concussion protocol. They want to definitely take that slowly and make sure he's 100% before he comes back. Devin Singletary, he's going to be out. That's not much of a loss. I really like Eric Gray, and I really like Tyrone Tracy. He's a very explosive running back. I think that's going to allow a little bit more punch to this offense here for the New York Giants. So Devin Singletary being out, yes, he's your more reliable back, but if we're talking about some burst, some speed, some breakaway ability, we're talking about Tyrone Tracy, all right? Looking at the Seattle Seahawks here, Byron Murphy, D tackle, he's going to be out. Boye Mafe has been out for the past couple weeks. He's questionable. Definitely wait on news for him. Free safety Julian Love, questionable. Cameron Young, D tackle, out. So they're missing some interior guys on that D line for the Seattle Seahawks. They are getting some of their linebackers back, which is going to be a positive. Okay, Trice Knight had 2 DNPs after a full practice. I don't know. You got to definitely check on news on him at that linebacker position. Okay, so this spot here, if we're looking at this New York Giants team, they've been very up and down, but they pretty much been in every single game. All right, they obviously Minnesota is a phenomenal team. They got blown out in that game. Kept it close against Washington without a kicker. Kept it close and won against Cleveland. Not that Cleveland's a good team, but kept it close against the Dallas Cowboys as well. I was looking at the Seattle Seahawks record early, and I felt like these were 3 very winnable games and games they should have won. Okay, Miami 24-3 with no Tua. New England 23-20, barely they made that into the overtime, and then Denver 26-20, and then it was a foot stomping by the Detroit Lions. Okay, they ran all over them. They did whatever they wanted. It was a high scoring game because Geno kept it competitive to try to not Geno, it was really Kenneth Walker. He kept it competitive here, and now we're coming here in Seattle here. They're coming home, and we're getting a Giants team that's missing their best offensive asset in Malik Neighbors. I 100% understand that, but I think it's just too much public money here on the side of the Seahawks. I believe in Brian Daboll, and I believe in Daniel Jones. Okay, Daniel Jones is a guy that can create on his own and can create with lesser talent, and he creates with his legs, so he can be very dynamic and definitely create some first down situations and get this Giants team in some scoring positions. All right, they still got Darius Slayton, Jalen Hyatt that can go deep as well. Hopefully we see Theo Johnson step up, and like I said, Tyrone Tracy at that running back position is very, very explosive. I would not be surprised if they kept this game closer than you think. All right, so for the best value here, +7 on the Giants. And for the total of 42.5, I'm going to go towards the over of 42.5 total points in this game. In Acrisure Stadium, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers 3-1 going against the Dallas Cowboys 2-2. Looking at the current odds right here, we have the Steelers -145 on the money line with the comeback of the Cowboys at a +120. Point spread at 2.5. Total points set at 44. For the public bet percentage here, 63% of the bets, but we have 69% of the money on the side of the underdog Dallas Cowboys. For the point spread, we have 73% of the bets and 76% of the money here on the Dallas Cowboys on that +2.5. And for the total points, 77% of the bets, 73% of the money towards the over 44. So public and sharps are on the point spread, and just the sharps are on the money line of the Dallas. So that is a positive sign. You got a majority of the bets coming in on Pittsburgh money line, but the sharps clearly like Dallas. So this is not your super public underdog. We got a lot of bets coming in on the side of Pittsburgh as the home favorite. All right. Looking at the injuries here for the Dallas Cowboys and Pittsburgh Steelers, Cam Hayward. He's going to be fine. He had a DNP Thursday, practice on Friday. Alex Highsmith, one of their better DNs, outside linebackers, is going to be out. Jamario Moon, questionable, and Larry Ojujabi is going to be questionable. Cordarrelle Patterson out, and Jalen Warren out. So this is a Najee Harris game, and that's what you didn't want. All right, if you wanted to attack the Dallas Cowboys and their poor run defense, you needed your change of pace back. All right, Najee Harris is fine, but He's very mediocre. He's so mediocre. That is a benefit that for the Dallas Cowboys that is just going to be Najee Harris. We'll see if they have a fourth string guy at running back. I got to look at their depth chart, but no Cordarrelle Patterson, no Jaylen Warren are two big outs going to be against a major weakness in the Dallas Cowboys. All right. Michael Pruitt, tight end, he's going to be out as well. So looking at this game here, it's pretty ugly. Steelers at home. Obviously, that's why they get in the 2.5. It's not holding that strong. There's a lot of public money coming in on the Dallas Cowboys that move that number to the 2.5. The better team to me is the Dallas Cowboys here. The better quarterback is here in Dallas Cowboys. The better wide receiver is here with the Dallas Cowboys. And I can argue I can't say the better running back. Now, the better defense is on the Pittsburgh Steelers side, but I'm going to trust in Dak Prescott in this spot. All right. If I had to choose between Dak Prescott and Justin Fields, sorry, I get it, what he's done in the playoffs, but he's just been lights out passing the football. I got to go with Dak Prescott, and I got to go with CeeDee Lamb. Micah Parsons being out for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry, looking at their outs. No Micah Parsons. That's a big loss, and no Brandon Cooks. All right, so Jalen Turbo is going to have to step up for the wide receiver position here for the Dallas Cowboys. We are waiting on news about Trayvon Diggs. He did get a DNP on Friday. Stay connected to the news. If he is out, that's a major loss as well, going up against George Pickens. But ultimately, I'm going to have to go with the Dallas Cowboys here as underdogs. And I'm going to take the plus 2.5 with plus 100. That's the best value on the plate. If you can push it to a 3, by all means, go ahead and do so. I ultimately think the Cowboys win this game. So this is going to be a complete sweep. So give me the Cowboys here on the money line. Give me the Cowboys plus 3 if you can get that and play it safe. And for the total points, I'm going to go towards the over on 44 points. All right, so we're going to go with the underdog here in the Cowboys beating the Steelers. Let me know in that comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? We can definitely debate about it in that comment section. If you guys want to sign up for the Patreon for the winning plays, hopefully we can sweep the slate on Sunday. You sign up right now in the description section. You click that link, you get access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon. Peace out.